What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue back with another episode of Awesome Add-ons. This time we'll be going over a hotly debated add-on section, Inventory Management. Yes, your faithful bags, those burlap sacks you fill with all your ill-gotten gains, those velvet coin purses, those literal black holes of space, because somehow you can fit several thousand tons of leather, potions, armor, bacon, scrolls, and whatever the heck else you keep on you at all times. This is a few of the bag add-ons I've found recently that I figured I'd install and take a look at, to give you some insight to what you may want to swap to or to try out if you've never used anything other than the standard UI for bags. As a forewarning to anyone who is a die-hard fan of any of these bag add-ons, because I know you're out there, I'll be taking a look at these add-ons from their base installation style, as in without downloading the billions of plugins that they have, as that would get 1, very messy, and 2, very complicated very quickly for anyone who's still new to the idea of custom bag interfaces. If you end up liking any of these bag interfaces though, I'd recommend checking for any additional plugins that exist for them, in case you want to see what kind of added features are available for each one. I'll try to cover as many features as I can of each add-on too, though I don't want to talk your ear off, so I'll try to keep these videos as succinct as possible. If you end up liking the video or have any ideas for future add-ons to discuss on the channel, feel free to comment below and maybe check out some of my other stuff. I do all World of Warcraft related content, so if that's your figurative and or literal cup of tea, then you've come to the right place. Anyways, let's start our bag add-on episode with quite literally the only bag add-on I ever used prior to making this video, BagNon. BagNon is the most widely popular of the bunch, and is a very simple add-on that basically gives you the one bag to rule them all. Quite literally, it just slaps all your inventory slots together, so you don't have to open every single pouch or pocket to find your Mythic Plus keystone. Oh, don't worry, you'll probably still lose it somewhere though. It's just par for the course when your bags look like mine. I actually had to clean them up slightly for this video because it was just that embarrassing. I had like 8 slots of free space left, it was bad. BagNon lets you do quite a few simple visual things, like changing the scale, opacity, and color of your bag slots. It can also do things like highlighting gear based on their quality level, or highlighting gear that are part of sets you're wearing. On top of all this, you can also see all of the inventory of your characters on the same realm and their bank inventory by clicking on your portrait in the top left corner, which is a pretty sweet feature. It also has the fantastic feature of being able to disable that damned clean your bags button, as I used to press that so often after I reorganized my bags to the way I wanted them, and I would just rage out because it would take me so long to get them back to the way I liked them. If you want just a nice minimalistic, very open to look at bag option, then this is pretty good. This next add-on is for those who wished Blizzard would have just made their own bags as modular and useful as some of these other options. Combustor is BagNon's beefy, swole older brother who still remembers back when Warlocks had bags full of soul shards. It's much more old school looking than BagNon, and offers more sorting features than BagNon prior to any plugins, and there are additional sorting plugins you can get if you dig the retro look of this add-on. It includes a lot of the important ones right off the bat though, such as equipment, usable items, trade/profession items, and quest items. You can even sort by rarity if you're so inclined, and it has a lot of the visual customization options that BagNon has, which of course makes sense since they're developed by the same folks. It does have the same ability of looking up inventory and bank items of all your characters that are on the same realm, which is still a very nice feature. Honestly, I'm probably gonna pick this up for when I dabble in Classic WoW, because it really does have the look and feel of what Blizzard's bag system should be if you're using the standard UI. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have AddBags. AddBags? Edible bags. Not really sure how to pronounce this one, but I'm gonna go with AddBags, I guess. This is a sleek looking bag interface, with the genius concept of labeling each section by name, so you can quickly know at a glance which section to look in. This one is, however, heavily reliant on plugins to separate out types of gear, and it has by far the most plugins available of all the bag add-ons. The downside to that is that if you don't know this, then you would be left with only the options it comes with automatically, which are all good options, but the lack of built-in modularity is a bit of a turnoff for me personally. But if you're okay with that, this is definitely one of the nicest looking bag add-ons of the bunch for a minimalist type look. And last on our list is Ark Inventory. This one definitely took me the longest to understand, but the more I worked on this video, the more I started to like it. Right out of the box, this add-on definitely has the steepest learning curve of all of them. It has a lot of options built into it, regarding all of the rule sets and information you can sort your inventory by. Due to this, it is by far the most capable of the bunch without the usage of any additional plugins or add-ons, which explains why this one has the fewest extra plugins by far. It even has an account-wide search feature that lets you type in anything you're looking for, and it will tell you how many of them you have, who has it, and all sorts of other stuff. The downside to Ark Inventory is it is definitely not the easiest one to set up if you want to get really specific with your rule sets, and to make custom rule sets requires a little bit of research and knowledge of how the LUA code works. Literally, when I first started using this for like 10 or 20 minutes, it felt like I was relearning programming off of Stack Overflow or something. But if you have a basic understanding of Boolean operators and the patience to double check your keyword usage, then this becomes not only the most elaborate, but kind of the most fun add-on of the bunch to use. Well guys, I hope this gives you a rough idea of what each of these bag add-ons looks like. Honestly, to go as in-depth as some of these add-ons deserve could literally become their own individual episodes because of how much these things can do with the right plugins or understanding of them. Honestly, after using all of these over the course of working on this video, I've grown pretty partial to Ark Inventory. Though really, any of these add-ons are excellent upgrades over the standard UI. It really just depends on what you're looking for. I'm sure with additional plugins, some of these other options become even more potent than I give them credit for here. So if you're intrigued by a particular inventory add-on, you might want to see what exactly they have to offer in terms of options with plugins and other things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.